Morning.
Morning. Come on. Where are we going? Poniente or La Gala? Alright then. So the new curfew is in place. It started at 1 AM last night. So nobody was allowed out between 1 AM and 6 AM. But as of tonight, it'll be from midnight till 6. The bars can stay open until midnight, so basically it's your responsibility to get home, because like for example, if you're in this bar here and you live there, you can leave at 1 minute to midnight and you can be home for midnight, so you're not going to be walking the streets. So that's why people are saying, well, why are the bars allowed to stay open until midnight? It's because a lot of us live like right near a bar. So basically you've got to get yourself home to be able to be home for the curfew. There are obviously restrictions that are exempt from the restrictions. So like if you've got an early morning flight, you're allowed to go and get your transfer to get your flight. It's not you're not going to get in trouble for doing that. But you will have to show your travel documents. So if they ask, you'll have to provide like your ongoing flight or your ferry or whatever. Morning, that was a tough 7 hours. I know, what a tough 7 hours of lockdown that was. Well, not lockdown, but didn't even affect us, did it?
No.
I can't see it affecting many people, surely.
I don't think so.
Mainly there's been quite a few, especially in Valencia, which is obviously part of our community. There have been people having underground parties at night, and what you do is you pay, or what you had to do, was you paid €20 or whatever to go in, and then if you got caught by the police, that paid the fine. And if you didn't get caught by the police, then you got your €20 deposit back. So they've had to put these restrictions so that people can't have those sort of things going on. So that's basically the main cause of it, because it's caused a bit of an increase. You can just see the Hotel Bali over there. They're closed at the moment, but they were open yesterday for a wedding. So they are still doing events, but only closed events. So the weddings here still remain the same. It's 100% capacity if it's outdoors, but if it's indoors, it is still restricted. So there's not a lot. There are a few people that are coming over from Britain and things to get married here because, well, you can have more people basically. So those who are able to quarantine see it better to get married here, and you can invite more mates. But yeah. What else is against the restrictions? If you go to a doctor's appointment or a medical appointment, like an emergency in the middle of the night, you're obviously also exempt from the restrictions. If you work, if you're a night shift person, you're still exempt. Or if you're somebody like Alex who drives to work, you are still able to, leave out early. Say if you start at 7 in the morning, they're not going to expect you to, whiz down the motorway to try and get there. You are still allowed to go at the same time. You can just see over there the Torre Dorada. They were lit up red yesterday, and that was against polio, I think it was. So they lit up red. All of the Survey Group hotels, they were lit up red last night for awareness of Polio Day and combating that. So they were pink the other day, and that was for breast cancer awareness, and then they were red for polio. Morning everyone. Morning. Hope you're all doing all right. 3 days in counting. Oh, I bet you can't wait, Mark. Not long to go. Alex has got the bag, look. Morning, Catherine. It's the idiots who waste it for us with the parties. Exactly. There's everything's. You look at like the bars, and there's so many restrictions in place, and loads of the bars are doing a great job in Benidorm. And somebody messaged the other day saying, "Oh, is it getting the restrictions getting lighter? Because I saw you were sat in the corner bar without a mask on." And that's always been the case in Benidorm. You've never had to wear a mask when you're seated in a restaurant or anything. But they did open up bar for a while. But with the new restrictions, it's gone back to only being able to have table service. So you won't be able to go back up to the bar again. But yeah, you've never had to wear a mask seated in a restaurant or bar. and you don't have to wear one if it's an empty road like this, and you also don't have to wear one on the beach or sitting around the pool. Someone says, oh, am I allowed to sit on the beach now without a mask? You do still have to wear a mask when you're walking to the beach, but once you're seated, it's all good.
Take it down.
Yeah, that's it. You excited for tomorrow?
Oh,
For your long drive?
yeah. Needs adventure.
It does. And
That's
can,
okay. That's okay.
we have never walked this street, have we?
No. He's not.
This is in the La Cala area. That must be a Cablanca, surely. Yeah, looks like one. Oh yeah, look, Cablanca 16, phase 2. Oh, phase 2. There's a lot of these buildings in Benidorm. You can also have them for holiday rent as well. The Cablanca, they're known for being good buildings, and they have bigger rooms and things than other apartment blocks. So, oh yeah, this is a good place to take a photo of the Bali. You can see it properly. So, a lot of people don't realise, but both of these hotels, this and this, are both the Hotel Bali. And if you look at this here, can you see the glass on the top? That's the gym, and they've got kind of like it's like a circuit for a jacuzzi circuit. So they've got like a hot one, a cold one, and then I think it's an even hotter one. And you've got views over towards Benidorm and things. But both of those are the Hotel Bali. The rooms are slightly better, I think, in this one, unless you go high up. So if you can just see where this is kind of like glass here, they're the suites at the Bali, and in that glass they have jacuzzis, and oh, they are so good. You have views as the sun's coming up and the sun's going down. You've got views from the jacuzzi pool over the whole of Benidorm. So that's oh, haven't the jacuzzi pools? They're good.
That's pretty.
They are.
Good.
They are very nice. So yeah, and on the top there is where they get married. So at the very, very top you can get married, or you can get married in the like the what's the word? Events area.
Oh, further down.
Yeah. So yeah, 2 different places there in the Bali. Morning everyone. Morning Paul, thanks for the stars. What do you say, Alex? Yeah. I'm going to move off the road for the bikes to get back. Clocks have gone back an hour, that's it, if you all put your clocks back. I woke up this morning at 6 o'clock, so it was like 7, so it was fine. Woke Alex up. Open the window, check the restrictions. Hey look, just see the sun coming up there. The sun comes up better now, you can see sunrise more often. I can just see the pink sky behind this. Oh, it's like, will we get to the beach to see the pink sky? I'm coming Easter, come hell or high water, lost 2 holes this year. I think, you know, the prices of them at the moment, it's almost worth having 2, if you can, having 2 weeks, having 2 weeks and just having a cheap week and booking 3 weeks off. Especially if you can work from home. If you can work from home, then you're all good. Look at that. Look at that lovely morning. Don't wear mask in bars or restaurants while eating or drinking. I know, that's what I said, but somebody had asked. Where's your T5? R5. He's not brought it with him. Yeah, and then I said to him, no, we're gonna take everyone on a walk. Because it means we're off for the week. I mean, we're going to come on live in Lisbon and wherever we get off to. People have been saying about, I don't even know how to pronounce it, Cais or something. And we googled it and we're definitely going to go. So we'll do a video around there and a video around Sintra and a video around Lisbon. But we're not going to have any Benidorm to show. So we're going to have to do one today just to give that fix before we go. Morning everyone. Sorry, I've not really had them on. Alex, have you checked the oil and water and tyre pressure on your car? Yes, he does. He has regular services on the car every 12,000 kilometres.
Quite regular.
Yeah. And which is, yeah, quite regular for us. So yeah, he's done that. My dad's a mechanic, so don't worry. We're in we're told regularly what we need to do. Thanks for the stars, Karen. Look at this, I love how this road. I've been on this, we've been on this before, haven't we, coming up? Yeah, I love how these steps, when it finds it, there we go. Everything looks so nice. These like cobbled stone, and then we've got the contrast of the rock there and the pink sky. So nice. Just had the Voremar cancelled for November, so I'm assuming it's closed. Is that through a package? Because there are a few package holidays that are cancelling. I know somebody's been cancelled for Easter next year with On the Beach, which was a package. But there are, you know, more hotels closing, you know, every day. But on the positive news, there are a couple that are trying to reopen. Sally told me the name of one that's reopening at the end of the month, and I don't remember the name of it, so I'll have a look and let you know. And if she's online, she'll put it in the comments, I'm sure. Still t-shirt and shorts weather, wish I was here. Yeah, look, still got a t-shirt and shorts in, what is it, nearly November. Crazy. And now you're on half term, and Rio will be on his, what, 12th country?
12th country.
Yeah.
2020.
And we've managed to do it without, causing anything. We keep away from everyone, obviously. We social distance, we wear a mask even if the country says we don't have to. So what more can you do? I think there's we've got to kind of have some sort of normality and keep things going, haven't we? In the safest way we can. Let me get out of the way of these. Whiz down these steps. Made it. Let's get down to the beach front and then wander along the front. Good morning, Lauren Nights and Rio. Woke up in old money, 7 a.m, 6 a.m, new money. Hey, you did the same as me then. That's what I did. 6 a.m, new money. I don't mind when the clocks go back because I get up even earlier. I like getting up early. I'm not a late night person, I'm an early morning person. We stayed on the top floor of the smaller building, the bar late. Ah, nice. There's nice views aren't there as well, aren't there? It's a good one for views, especially sunrise. Didn't Rio deserve a lion on Sunday? He was up before me. Rio, he's like me. He's a morning dog. Come night time, he's like jumping on the sofa and like stamping his feet to go to bed, isn't he? Yeah. He's like me.
I want one walk.
Yeah, he wants his walk. He stamps his feet at Alex, like I want to go to bed now. So that's it. Once he's had his nighttime walk, he trots off to bed. Rio's like me. You're a late night person. You'd rather stay up late than get up early.
About 12 o'clock, about right.
Yeah, exactly. 12 o'clock, I'm in bed by about 10. Midnight, oof, not for me. Look at that. Ah, look at the pink sky. Looks beautiful, wish we were there. I always like this park, but Rio's not allowed in this park, so we never go in it. But this park is just at the end of Poniente, and it's quite nice. They usually have, yeah, there it is, like the little, what's the word, workout thing. I'm like moving my arm as though you can see it. Them workout machines and things, they've got them in there. I don't know if they do much, but they've got them in the old town as well. I don't know what they do. You're just on there swinging your arms. But if it lets people think they're doing something, I'm sure it does something somewhere. I'm not sure what though. Pardon? Oh yeah, we've got the people here as well. What these are is, Benidorm is trying to become completely pedestrianised. So little by little they are adding more pedestrian areas. So what will happen is, eventually, I think it's by 2025, all of Benidorm will be completely pedestrianised. And you'll only be able to drive there if you are a resident of an apartment on that road. So like the people on this one will be able to go along because they can go there, but they can't go along there. It's now all cycle path. But like there's a car down there, and that's because he'll be a resident of one of the houses or apartment blocks. So that's the plan for Benidorm, that they are going to become pedestrianised, and it'll just kind of all be bike paths and walking paths, and then there'll be kind of a route for the bus to do, so you'll still be able to get around, but it's to kind of shift away from not being sustainable, to try and keep traffic to a minimum in Benidorm. So yeah, that's one of the things for the future. They also have a 70-30, so you can't just build on top of each other. So there's always going to be a gap between apartment blocks, and they can only go to a certain height if they're so close to the seafront. So like in Tempo is behind, and it's quite up a hill, and the Bali the same. So if you can see, the Bali's really tall, but when you come here you can't actually see it because they're only allowed to go to a certain height. So yeah, it's kind of capped to try and take away from that whole, I guess, like claustrophobic feel. So yeah, it's actually quite interesting when you look at the plans of how they designed Benidorm and things. Because a lot of people, I mean, I thought the same, me and Alex thought the same, that you just kind of think that the buildings were like thrown up. But they weren't. It was all very much planned to make sure that there was a certain amount of green space and a certain amount that made sure that you didn't, cause that problem. When you're walking on the beach, look, you don't need a mask. So when you are on the beach, if you're walking along here, let me show you. So there's a path. So the blue things will start around here, which is 6 foot away from here. And then you're allowed to do the walking path. So you can walk all the way to Levante if you like, or all the way to Poniente, and you don't have to wear a mask as long as you social distance. If somebody comes near you, you just have to kind of nip into the sea a bit. But that is something people are asking as well. What if I want to walk on the beach? If you want to walk on the beach, no problem. You don't need to wear your mask. You do technically have to wear your flip-flops, which I've got on. But I don't know if they're very on top of that. They say the sea waves are like medicinal, don't they? Very relaxing. Yeah, Cascais is the place in Portugal. That's where we're going to go in the week. Good morning to everyone. There's everyone. There's Musselburgh, there's Liverpool. Oh, love it. Everyone wanting to get back to Benidorm. Looks a lovely morning. It is very nice here this morning. It's not windy, and it's been quite windy the past. Well, not really windy, but a bit cold. But it's quite warm today. Bit of a cold breeze, not windy for so much. So nice that we takes you both for walks. Takes us with us. I'm the same, Sharon. That's it. Hate wasting a day. Get up late, and it's like, oh, miss the day. So many morning people, love it. Hope more and more people from your videos will realise how wonderfully beautiful Benidorm really is. I don't know if you saw, but I did a picture saying your birth month is your next holiday location. And the amount of people going, oh, I'd never go to Benidorm. And it's always people that have never seen Benidorm. So I always try to share things and, like videos like this. If, I don't know, one person shares it, and I think every time somebody shares it, one more person gets their opinion changed on Benidorm. And I think that's what we've just got to keep doing, isn't it? Just chipping away. But, at the end of the day, it's not for everybody. And if they don't like it, it means there's more for Benidorm for us, don't they? We don't want them all coming here, because then we'd have no space in the hotels, would we? So it's all good. Everyone likes what they like, don't they? But I just don't like when they... I don't like New York, but I don't call it trashy. Like, I've been to New York, it wasn't for me, and that's fine. I can understand there's parts of New York that's nice and parts that I didn't like. But I don't go around saying that it's all trashy and disgusting, especially if, I don't fancy Dubai, to be honest. Like, I sometimes look at it and think, oh yeah, I'd quite like to go. But then I sometimes look at it and think, oh no, I don't know. But I don't go around slating it, because I've never been. So I don't know how people can... It's always people that have never been to Benidorm that's saying it. Really winds me up, especially because we live here. There was, when I'd moved, and we told, because at the time me and Alex worked at the same place, And we told them we were moving to Benidorm, and they were like, oh, why would you go to that trashy place? And I was like, oh, have you ever been? No. I think, how can you like slate somewhere that that you've never been? It reminds me of walking our lab on the beach with kids when I lived in Australia. Oh, fantastic, what part? Stood in my kitchen prepping roast and listening to you in the sea. Oh, I think we're all off to the corner bar today for the roast there. And then my family are heading back to England. So we've got to drop them off at the airport this afternoon, well, this evening. And then they'll be in for their 2-week quarantine. So I'm sure they'll be booking to get back. Has she still got a restraining order against you for asking if you can walk with them? I haven't got a restraining order against anybody. Why would you put, have I got a restraining order against someone called Johnny? Sorry, I've never even heard of a Johnny. Hey Alex, apparently we've got a restraining order against people. Apparently, somebody's commented saying that we've put a restraining order against somebody. Apparently. News to me. Did you put a restraining order, Rio? Was it you that filed it? Apparently he's tagged his friend in saying that we've put a restraining order against him because he asked if he could come on a walk with us. Probably ended up saying something rude to us and we probably blocked him, more like. That sounds more believable. If somebody's going to talk crap at me, then I'll just block you.
Restraining order, that seems a bit...
It seems a bit excessive.
Yeah.
I mean, unless I really had to. I'm not ruling it out. I would put a restraining order if I had to. But I haven't.
No. Fine.
Yeah.
You gotta be doing something really bad.
Yeah, you've got to have done something really bad for me to have put a restraining order. I mean...
We've got to be like fearing for our safety or something.
Yeah, and which, if I was fearing for my safety, fair play to me, I'm going to put a restraining order.
But, yeah, that's not happened.
No. But again, I'm quite willing to do it if I had to, but not happened. What is interesting though is the new restrictions are not enforceable by law because it says that they have to have been done by state of alarm or by approval by central government, so that's Madrid. Yeah, and it's
Didn't they devolve the power though?
not for that though.
Well, I thought the measures controlled
Yeah,
the COVID.
reasonable measures, and apparently a restriction of time of confinement, it doesn't come into that. You're not allowed to confine without state of alarm, and this is a confinement.
So the one thing they were allowed to try and do,
Yeah,
they weren't actually allowed to do.
I mean, I'm sure probably come Monday in
But
government.
I thought they were locking down areas and that was allowed within.
Yeah, they're allowed to lock down, but they're not allowed to confine them. So lockdown and confinement are different because...
So you can't go out at all is allowed.
Yeah, because they're allowed to go out. They can still go to bars. They can still do whatever we do at the same time. It's just that they're not allowed to leave their region. Whereas we can still leave our region during them hours. Because if we was going on holiday or whatever, we can still go during them hours because there's nothing to stop us going on holiday. There's nothing to stop us going to a different region to work. So if you, like for example, were going to Madrid to work for the day, you would have to leave out at like 5 a.m. So there's nothing. When I was looking at the rules, it's very confusing of what, of why it's kind of not actually allowed. But yeah. Keep getting a little green dot on the screen. It's like a firefly. It's the reflection of the sun. So what it is, if I look at the sun there, it probably reflects off. Yeah, it's a lens flare. So it's probably more so if I'm over here, maybe. I don't know if it'll come up. Yeah, it's been really nice having a family over. We managed to get to Benidorm Palace. And we've just kind of been out and about. Just bars and restaurants and things. Been to Corner Bar a couple of times. Where else have we been? What else have we done?
I've been at work.
Yeah, you've been at work most of the time. So and I've had work to do as well, but I can work from my laptop. So I've been kind of at theirs most of the time. I live down the coast, but I regularly pop to Benidorm. Now my second hotel has been cancelled. I'm looking for another love Benidorm. Oh, that's lovely to hear, Dawn. Where are you from? I'm from Leicester. You won't bother going back if having your parents. I know, it's only the fact that my dad's now, he's got 2 weeks quarantine and then he's got to go back to work. So they had to time it right of when they could come over so that he was home for the whole 2 weeks to be able to then go back to work. Rio's a lovely dog. Oh, thank you. He's a happy dog. He's had a bit of problems recently with his skin, but he's getting better. It's clearing up. Bit by bit, day by day. Poco a poco. Looks a lovely day in Benidorm. Oh. Hi from Aberdeen. Well said. New York isn't for me either. Interesting fact regarding Benidorm. Oh, thanks, Maura. I mean, yeah, there's just, you know, different places are not for different people, aren't there? I mean, I really love like Switzerland and Lake Como and places around there, and I really like San Sebastian, which is up in the north of Spain. So it's not like I only come to Benidorm, because then people say to me, oh, you only like Benidorm because you've only been to Benidorm. My Instagram says different. It looks a lovely day. Oh, thanks for the stars, Yin. I like Lauren with attitude. Well, sometimes you have to stick up for yourself, don't you? Love Benidorm. We live just over an hour's drive away. We often pop up for a day trip. Oh, fantastic. Pop up. So you're like Alicante way then. Looks nice this morning. What a gorgeous morning. I just joined this. Sounds like I better go back to the beginning, so I'm very animated. Yeah, it's Sunday. It's half term. Oh, it's just holiday time. Feels like a holiday when it's actual holiday. Now Alex is off, it feels like a holiday. Even though I walk these streets all the time, it feels like a holiday when you're off. It's like coming away for a holiday, isn't it, Rio? Yeah, he's sticking with me. I've really missed these long walks. Oh, we brought them back.
We're back.
We're back. Estamos aquí. Oh. Thanks for the stars, Olivia. Looks beautiful. Have a lovely day and a holiday, you three. Thanks, Laurie. Looks gorgeous. We should be there now. Love the sound of the water. Isn't it lovely just to hear it in the morning? Missed the walks. Has been really poorly. Oh no. Hope you're all right now, Michaela. What does your dad do? My dad works in. He's a works foreman. He works in a. It's hard to explain. What does my dad do?
It's not
exactly, it's not a factory.
It's specialist.
Yeah.
Sort of.
So he works with chemicals, so it's things like chlorine and things. But it's hard to explain. Yeah, he's a maintenance manager at a chemical plant thing. He'll probably watch the video in a bit and then go, why don't you know what I do exactly? And then he'll put in the comments what his job role is.
He does so many different things.
Yeah, he does so many different things. In like, they deliver all around Europe, like for chemicals, for swimming pools, and yeah, you know what, it's a bit of everything. Thanks for the stars, Morag. Enjoy your trip tomorrow. Thanks, Anne. I prefer Poniente to Levante, quieter and more space. I prefer Poniente too. I do prefer Poniente. Especially for going to the beach, I prefer Poniente. I always feel like it's a bit cramped in Levante. And I just like that in Poniente you've got like from here all the way to there. Whereas in Levante it's like half of that size. So I do prefer Poniente. Miss Spain so much. Oh. Morning guys, I'm ready to face day 2 of tier 3 restrictions in South Yorkshire. Oh, hope you're getting on okay. I mean, I put it on Instagram, but in case anyone didn't see, I mean, I know like we're all going into different restrictions and we've all got different lockdowns and things happening. But yeah, my Instagram messages are always open, you know, if you ever want to chat or you ever feel like you're getting a bit down or whatever and just want someone to speak to, you know, we're always around. So yeah, don't feel like you can't send us a message or ask for a chat or whatever, you know, whenever, no judgment, nothing like that. Looks a lovely morning, would love to be there walking on the beach. With the curfew and the new lockdown rules, have you had people follow them well? To be honest, I was in bed, so I didn't really see them. but when I looked out the window at 6 o'clock this morning, there was literally nobody about. So I'm going to assume that people kind of did stick to it. I think, from what I could gather, that the police were kind of out patrolling, just to kind of make, you know, because I was thinking about it, they kind of put it last minute, and there will be people, you know, especially older people that probably don't have social media, that didn't even know that the new restrictions had came in, because it wasn't on the news till later on. And I think if you've been out all day, or, you know, not everybody sits on Facebook all day.
No.
So I'm pretty sure they just kind of went around, and if they saw somebody this to, you know, look, there's new restrictions, and they were told to go back. And I think that's probably how it will be for the next couple of days, just to let people, you know, get to know it, because not everybody has social media, not everybody, you know, lots of us are not turning on the news anymore because it's just depressing. So if you don't use social media and you don't watch the news, how are you supposed to know? So they've just kind of got to be a bit, I think, got to be a bit gentle with some people at the minute. Are there any hotels or apartments still open in Poniente? Well, the Hotel Bali was the last one, and that kind of closed the last week. So there's still a few apartment blocks, especially with like booking.com, you know, doing them independent or through an independent renter. But yeah, the Delphin's closed. I do believe the Villa Del Mar might be open. I think further along towards the old town, because you've still got like the H10 and things like that. But this area, like the Torre Dorada, they're shut. The Calas Marina, they're closed. But I think when you're getting close towards there, it's not so bad. I think there's quite a few more open. Temperature's 22 most days at the minute. I think it's around 18 this morning. So it's yeah, it's not bad. It's not bad at all. Love watching Laura and Alex and Rear Walk, especially when the weather's not good over here in Rochdale. Oh, cheers for watching. Cheers for sharing, Paul. Do appreciate it. I know you've been watching for a long time and sharing all the videos. Your videos and blogs have certainly helped me this year, so thank you. Oh no, thanks for watching. Glad you've been enjoying them, and we've been able to give a bit of respite from what's going on. You're passing my sunbathing bit by the palm trees. Is that this bit over here? Bless you, Lauren. Such a lovely office chat if needed. You, Alex and Ria are so fab. Glad to be able to catch this live in the morning. Oh no, honestly, it's our pleasure. Morning, Mum. See, you're up now. We're back in a minute. We'll have to get the kettle on. What are you doing? Yeah. Oh, looks so gorgeous this morning. Such a contrast to here where it's cold and wet. Oh, so I need some virtual sun, Sally. Look at that. Just put that in front of the window instead, and then we can just all pretend we're looking at this instead of the rain. Just catching the live walk as I walk to work. Your walk looks warmer than mine. I bet you're all wrapped up, aren't you? Morning, Karen. Hope your work goes well. You've made my cold Sunday better. Oh. Hope La Cava Aragonesa is open. It's my fave tapas bar. They were open when I went by last time, so I'm fingers crossed that they still are. I do believe they are. If not, there are a few more around the tapas alley that were open. I was in a few of them not long ago. But I know La Cava Aragonesa is a really popular one, so I do hope it is open. I'm sure it is. Your walks give me something to look forward to. Oh, thanks, Anne. Right, I'm going to catch you all later. Thanks for the stars, Jim. We'll use those stars to buy a coffee later. Actually, we'll use it towards the Sunday dinner today in Corner Bar. Because I think we've got enough for my Sunday dinner now. Right, I'm going to love you and leave you all. I'll catch you later. And we'll have a lovely Sunday. And we'll see you in the week, won't we? Should we see them in the week? Yeah. Bye. Oh, we're off to Portugal tomorrow, so that's where we're going. There's no restrictions between Spain and Portugal, so there's it's a place that Portuguese can come to Spain and Spain can go to Portugal. We've got open borders between one another. Yeah, our clocks went back too. They went back at 3 in the morning. So yeah, we're still an hour in front. Catch you all later. Bye.